in 2022, we will continue to see the rise of people working from everywhere. Now, it's called work from home, but like that's so limiting. Lots of people want to work from home, but people don't only want to work from home. People want options. People want to travel and work. Maybe they want to live somewhere else and work for a while. Maybe they want to go on vacation and take their laptop and work, or whatever variation, work from an RV like I did, right? And I read this thing the other day where someone said that digital nomadism was dead. Like it was like not going to be a thing anymore. And I was like, what? How are they coming up with that? And their argument was because people can't work from coffee shops anymore and they can't work from co-working spaces as much. And I get that viewpoint, but like that's so limiting. If you're a digital nomad or you want to be a digital nomad, the reality is we are a very resilient bunch of people. We don't rely on coffee shops and co-working spaces. Sometimes we do, but like we know how to carry our own internet. We know how to have our own data. We know how to use multiple devices to get online. And so I just don't see how that is going to like decrease. I think there's just more of that. And I think rather than people being limited to working from home, people are going to want to work everywhere, anywhere, anytime. So again, if you're listening to this going, yeah, I want to work and travel, totally possible. I think we just see more of it. If you want to work from an RV like I did, again, I just think there's more of that coming. We saw a huge spike in that in 2020, by the way, because RVing was one of the safest ways to travel. So we saw just a massive spike in the RV industry and a lot of people working from their RVs. So I don't see this decreasing at all. I see it continuing. Okay, so those were the top trends. I'm just going to run through them really quickly one more time. The hiring market remains strong for employees. The hybrid workforce will start to fail and the mashup workforce will rise. Number 4 is the people will return to the workforce because they're coming out of retirement. Maybe they're moving away from starting a business. Number 5 is the expansion of learning access along with even more diversity and inclusion in the workforce. Number 6, the applicant tracking systems are going to have to change. And number 7, people working from everywhere. Now, again, I had to limit this to what I saw in 2022, which was really hard. So let me just tell you longer term. I just want to highlight a couple of things of where I think everything is headed. I really do see a world where social media is really the fabric of everyday life. And if you just heard that and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible, I'm in your camp. I want to say I don't like social media, but it's kind of growing on me a little bit because I'm starting to see the value of using it in new and different ways. And I think I see a future where we're just doing so much through social media that I think resumes probably in the future are going to go away. Like a piece of paper that's so one-dimensional. Why would I want to get to know someone one-dimensionally if I can get to know them three-dimensionally, in social media or virtual worlds, which I'll talk about here in a minute. So I think that the more that you can embrace social media, especially if you plan to work for the next 5, 10 plus years, the better off you're going to be. Now, that doesn't mean you got to hang out all day on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. It does mean that you should pick something and try to learn it, try to get to know it, try to understand it enough, because sooner or later you're going to be on it. Like if you're not already, you're going to be on it all day for a lot of things. Also, the next thing I see is video is really going to become a lot more prevalent, even for people in traditional workforce. So video has become very popular and continues to grow for people who work online like me. So if you're that person, you're working online for your own business, or you plan to, video is really very critical. But I also think video will start to become very critical for anyone who wants to work for someone else, work in a traditional job. I just see video being how we will continue to create communities, connect, get work done, collaborate, talk to people, respond to people. I just see that becoming really, truly part of the fabric of life. Now, I'm not telling you need to run out and learn video. It's not like you need to do this tomorrow, but it is something to consider and think about. And I have a lot of resources around video if you feel like, hey, I really need to get on board with that and that freaks me out.